It's a big one here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Heart of Folk coming up against Bibiani GoldStars to wrap up match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. On TV3 and on UR TV, powered by Adisa Production Limited. The home side, the Phobians, are in the stadium ready for action. There you see their players coming down from their beautiful Phobia bed baths, and they are brimming with confidence because they've won their last 2 games of the Ghana Premier League. They are looking to put GoldStars to the sword here at the Accra Sports Stadium, and it's going to be an interesting one. There you have it, the dressing room with their jerseys neatly hanged, and this gives them a lot of confidence going into this game. Osasibe definitely has been one of the standout performers for Accra Heart of Folk and will be in this one. For Bibiani GoldStars, this is how the Miners also made their way to the Accra Sports Stadium. Beautiful bars they have there with GoldStars inscription boldly written on it. A lot of their players are also coming into this one with confidence. They look to have picked form at the right time, winning their last 2 games after that 2 defeat against Vision FC and against Asante Kotoko. So Bibiani GoldStars, a big one to look forward to. The last time both sides met was in the Gal Cutoff 4 recently, where they drew 2-2 and GoldStars won on penalties. Eduku is starting from the bench, but he got one of the goals for GoldStars in their last game. Their last 2 games, against Heart of Lions, where they won by 3-1. Yakubu Hag, they call him Capito, also starting from the bench. A big one, as I said. It's Accra Heart of Folk who are coming up against Bibiani GoldStars here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Not an easy game at all, especially for both sides, looking at how both have picked form in the last few matches. 32 degrees Celsius here at the Accra Sports Stadium, perfectly and conducive for association football. My name is Mutala Yakubu, but Dewa has a message for you. They say that don't just watch the game, enjoy and win as well. So they say end your day like a champion with Dewa 539 Direct. Wind down with a win at 7 p.m. with numbers 1 to 39. The odds are stacked in your favor. Multiply your stake with 5 Ghana CD and above by a jaw dropping 5,000. And also Direct 4 and 50,000 on Direct 5. When all your numbers match the draw results. All you need to do is play now and watch your mobile wallet fill up with winnings. Dial *446# or visit dewa.com to win. And now, big one. As I said, it's Heart of Folk who are coming up against Bibiani GoldStars. My name is Mutale Yakubu. I've been joined by Kelvin Ousuansa, who will soon be in commentary position with Nana Dakwa Jesse. Kelvin, we are looking forward to a very interesting game. Both teams seem to have picked form at the right time.
Well, especially for the champions, they struggled with the start of the season, but looking at what has transpired in the last 3 games, they've been very much uplifting, beating Heart of Lions, who were unbeaten in the league on Monday, and continuing with another victory over Brekum Chelsea. It has boosted their confidence, and coming into this game against Heart of Folk, a team they played during that Galka top 4, where they proved their mettle that yes, this is a Heart of Folk team that is gradually picking up the pieces. They are unbeaten and they are very much solid at the Accra Sports Stadium. Well, it will be an enticing game for everyone to watch. An enticing
game, and the fans are trooping in their numbers to witness this one. But match day 7 started on Friday, where we had Heart of Lions beating Baseke Holy Stars by 3-1. Let's watch excerpts of that game.
We go. Game underway here in Pando. It's Holy Stars who gets us going for this afternoon's fixture here in Pando.
Reflected to the goal.
Freeman. Efson, shooting range, and Efson has hit the bar. Here's Obin Jr., and that's the goal. Obin Jr. opens the scoring for Heart of Lions.
Obin Jr. right inside the penalty area. Made sure he wasn't going to miss from just the goalkeepers.
At the receiving end, Gamo goes past Hennessy. Here is Gamo, but Hennessy does what to block his effort. Gamo again nearly found the equalizer for Holy Stars. Unlucky Gamo. Kwanzaa finds Efson. Here is Michael Efson. Goes past his marker. Efson. Oh, that's a beautiful goal for Michael Efson to double the lead for Pando Heart of Lions. A solo run and a calm finish. Michael Efson puts Heart of Lions 2 goals up here in Pando. Welcome back for second half action of the Ghana Premier League 7th week fixture between Heart of Lions and Holy Stars. Efson against Boniface Blay, trying to get to Asempa. That's well to get the ball away, desperately trying to keep it in, but it's giving it back to Hearts of Lions. Would this be the goal that gives Hearts of Lions a 10? It's a marvelous goal. Brilliant effort from Antonio Usu. What a goal. Hearts of Lions are 3 goals up. The pressure has paid off, and Antonio Usu have scored. Referee
matters for both sides. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the sun dips gently over the Doma horizon, the pitch becomes a canvas of destiny once more. Welcome to the second half of this match between the Aduana Stars and Dreams FC. This is not just football, it's a rhythm, it's a rivalry, it's a beautiful chaos of Ghanaian passion, and of course this is reborn. And again, the defensive play there, pretty much of a bad play. There's a change made. Sidibe! Where again a good strike from him at the near post. Catch there for goalkeeper Gideon Sesiaku.
They're reacting quicker now with Aduana Stars, and you could see the reaction from Aristika on the touchline. He asked him to take it quickly, and that's what he does. About a good ball to take it over his marker there. Just hit start on a volley, but straight into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Got to get into Mafu! Wow, what a chance there for Mafu. This man is red hot for Aduana Stars.
Glorious chance missed there. The biggest chance so far in this game, falling to the deadliest striker so far in the league, Emmanuel Mafu. But then we spoke about the runs into the channels, and just look at that. Dreams FC struggling. The 2 centre-back pairing right there, but then that ball sumptuously delivered in between the two, making it difficult for them to do.
Nomadine swings one to the far post once again. Siraj Saidu brings it down. Again, Boubacar Adams has been looking to mop his lines and able to get the ball away. And here comes Sidibe and Mafu combining beautifully, and Mishak also racing down to see if he can pick a pass here. Mishak free, giving the boy dragging it back, and now it is the Aduana Stars. Guess who has scored? It is the man who was introduced into the game. They've been asking, and now they have it.
Dauda Sidibe getting that all-important goal for Aduana as they beat Dreams by a goal to nil. Now, Calvin, I mean, it was a great victory for Heart of Lions, judging from the fact that they lost their last game against GoldStars.
Well, and more importantly, they had only amassed 2 points from a possible 9 from their last 3. So they needed to win this. And looking at how they had been missing clear goal-scoring opportunities, they needed to stamp their authority and correct the flaws. And it's very much important that one of their lead marksmen, or 2 of them actually, Obin Jr. and then Michael Efson, were on target in that particular game.
Well, so they got that win against Baseke Holy Stars there. But as you know, it's not just the Heart of Folk and Bibiani GoldStars game that will be played today in match day 7. The other games that will be played simultaneously. Let's go through them and see how things are going to shape up today. You know, the Heart of Lions already got that victory over Holy Stars, and Aduana also beating Dreams FC. So Nations would come up against 11 Wonders, with Mediema also taking Swedru All Blacks. Young Apostles, they come up against Brekum Chelsea. Karela will be at home as they face Bichim United, with Samatex taking on Hoho United. And Asante Kotoko against Vision will not come off because Kotoko had commitment in Africa, where they played with that in that second leg. But this is how the table looks like as we go into this big one. Aduana have taken top seed with 15 points. A win for Heart of Folk or Bibiani GoldStars would see them at par with Aduana. But Heart of Lions, after that victory over Baseke, are second on the table, with Mediema occupying third. The Young Apostles, Samatex, Karela follow in suit there, with Asante Kotoko having fewer games in that one. But the second half of the table, this is where we have the likes of Hoho United, Vision FC, and the last 3 teams on the table are Brekum Chelsea, who are 16 with 4 points. 11 Wonders have 2 there and are suffering. They are not getting any win at the moment, and Neo Dati Lamte would look to change that. You're still watching the Ghana Premier League on TV3 and on UR TV. We take a quick breather. When we return, we get into the discussion proper. Welcome back from that break. You're still watching the Ghana Premier League here on TV3 and on your TV. It's match day 7, and we look to wrap up here at the Accra Sports Stadium, where Heart of Folk are coming up against Bibiani GoldStars. But they were 5:39 direct says, end your day like a champion with they were 5:39 direct. Wind down with the win at 7 p.m. with numbers 1 to 39. The odds are stacked in your favor. Multiply your stake with 5 Ghana cedi and above by a jaw-dropping 5,000. Also direct 4 and 50,000 on direct 5 when all your numbers match the draw result. Play now and watch your mobile wallet fill up with a winning. What you have to do is dial *446# or visit dewanla.com to win. And now the two teams are ready to do battle, but first we spoke to coaches of both sides, and the home coach Masoud Didi Dramani of Heart of Folk says that a win against Bibiani GoldStars would be a big one to the Phobians.
I think I expect to see a more transitional game from them, and and then we try to play with our strengths, and then so it's going to be a very tight game, but we try to control the spaces. I think it's always very important to acknowledge that the team has its own strengths, the team has its own challenges, and then we need to work, on our abilities to continuously improve and then develop in a better way.
Masoud Didi Dramani, head coach of Heart of Folk, they are unbeaten in this year's Ghana Premier League, and both teams' lineup is already out. But this is how Heart of Folk would be setting up for today's game in a typical 4-3-3 formation. Masoud Didi Dramani leaving no stone unturned because goalkeeper Benjamin Asari is back into the post, and Osasibe, the ever reliable Osasibe, in there. Prince Kwabena Usu, formerly of Bibiani GoldStars, starting today for Heart of Folk together with the likes of Hamza in this one. So it's going to be an interesting game for Heart of Oak there. So there you have it. Benjamin Asari, who has kept clean sheet. These days, people call him Benjamin Clean Sheets Asari. He is also in there. So it's a typical 4-3-3 formation for Heart of Oak. All attack, and that is what the Phobians are doing. For the away team, Nanaya Amankwa, he was also a former assistant coach here at Heart of Oak, and today is the interim coach of the Bibiani GoldStars. He is also optimistic of getting a win against the Phobians.
I think that this afternoon will be a very good, tough game. As I've already picked up very well. They are yet to lose at home or concede at home. But we also are the champions, you should already know. So we are very prepared, and we think we have a very good game today. It's very good that always we need to improve in our game. Whether you win or you lose, there is still a room for improvement. So as time goes on, as we are playing the league, we continue to change the team or change the tasks, change the informations, bridge up the chances or the mistakes. Yeah, we need to correct it before you come for another game. So we are here, we know it will be a very good game.
Nana Yao Amankwa, formerly of Heart of Folk, he used to be an assistant coach here at the Accra Sports Stadium when the Phobians, he was with the Phobians. And this is how Bibiani GoldStars will also be setting up for this game, also typical 4-3-3, sorry. And it's basically the same lineup that played against Heart of Lions and also against Brekum Chelsea. Amon in the middle together with the experienced Vincent Atinga also starting this one. Now, Kelvin, it's pretty straightforward. Both teams are coming into this one with the mentality of getting all 3 points.
Well, and it's clear, judging from the setups, both teams have maintained the 2 sets of teams that actually helped them to win their last game. Heart of Folk, Didi Dramani, crediting the performance of his 2 forwards, that is Mauli Wayo and Hamza Issa, who were on target in their game against Brekum Chelsea. Likewise, what that is Bibiani GoldStars, Nanaya Amankwa has done, keeping Amon Kote in that midfield. Samuel Atakumi, brilliant as always. You can't take him out. And then bring in Foster Ejay because he offers a lot with regards to creating lots of goal scoring opportunities. And I think that it is an all-important game for both teams. For Heart of Folk, what they will be seeking to do is, at home where they struggle to convert their goal-scoring opportunities, what Hamza Issa and Mauli Wayo showed in Brekum gives them an indication that at home, let's try new hands, and then they would be able to perform. And let's not forget that they also have a former GoldStars player in Prince Kwabena. Though he's not at the peak of his powers, you'd expect him to cause a lot of trouble.
Well, so this is how Heart of Folk warmed up for this game. Benjamin Asari, 5 clean sheets so far in the Ghana Premier League. The safest pair of hands for Hartlepool, and he's been trusted again to be in post for them.
You can't trust no other, and he always comes with that confidence, with his experience in the Ghana Premier League as captain of the team. He clearly organizes his defense better, and now in the last 3 or 4 games, Hartlepool have had a very solid partnership between David Opoafrane and Kelvin Osei-Sibe, and that gives them that solidity at the rear. And also Yao Mankwa-Befi, many talk about the central defense and the goalkeeper, but I think that Yao Mankwa-Befi is a player who adds a lot to the Hartlepool team, so it will be much easier for them to organize this defense.
So for GoldStars, there you see them in a huddle having a discussion. Certainly, obviously, it's about how they're going to get 3 points here, but they seem to have picked form at the right time, winning their last 2 games. And Inaya Mankwa says that they will try to break down this Hartlepool team. Do you see any weakness that GoldStars can explore in this Hartlepool team?
I think for the Hartlepool team, they concede lots of, balls, as crabs in midfield. That is where the likes of Amon Kote can pick up the pieces. Francis Chene, who is very tireless, can pick up the pieces and then lay the pass to Samuel Atakome. I haven't seen the Hartlepool defense riddled so much. Maybe Atakome has that ability, together with Foster Eje, to run through the defense and at least have better shots on target. Amankwa is a former assistant coach of Accra Hartlepool. He knows the liabilities of these defense men, and he definitely knows what could hurt goalkeeper Benjamin Asare. And I'm sure he might have relayed that information to his midfielders and his attackers, who would probably take advantage of that. If Kelvin Osei-Sibe wants to end this game without too many fouls, he should be very much cautious when he is approaching that is Samuel Atakome to tackle him, because he's one player who, given the least opportunity, he is going to cause lots of havoc. We saw him doing that to Ebenezer Aban when they played against Heart of
Now
Lions.
you look at the system and the formation that Bibiani GoldStars are playing, and clearly they are starting with Razak Sanu up front.
Yeah.
That battle between him and Kelvin Osei-Sibe, brilliant.
Well, I think they are looking at the strength of Osei-Sibe and then what Razak Sanu can do for them. And just like I said, if you look at Samuel Atakumi and what he offers, he's able to pick up the scraps, create, and then score as well. So now what Sanu has to do is to battle upon Afrani and then Osei-Sibe aerially, so that the drop balls that will fall in the final attacking third, they would pick it up and score. I expect a very difficult battle, because Osei-Sibe is not the tallest of defenders. But if you have that difficulty in trying to beat him aerially, it's always difficult for you. And I think that is where Hartlepool will have that firepower. But Sanu obviously is going to win some area balls as well.
But one other battle that we are looking forward to is Prince Kwabena Owusu, formerly of Bibiani GoldStars. He will be coming up against Yao Amankwa-Befi. Can you really get the better of the Hartlepool right back?
Well, Amankwa-Befi has been very solid. I think that this is going to be a 50-50 battle. It will take a more than 100% performance to get better and out to muzzle what Amankwa-Befi will provide.
Well, you will be in commentary position, so you will see a lot there. So it's Hartlepool coming up against Bibiani GoldStars here at the Accra Sports Stadium. It's live on TV3 and Onuya TV. Calvin will be joining Anna Dakwa JC for the first half commentary.
We are changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. I'm in the valleys. Keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve.
Sunday in the capital, and a pleasant welcome to the Accra Sports Stadium. It's match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. Accra Hearts of Oak welcome champions Bibiani GoldStars to this venue, a venue where GoldStars picked up maximum points the last time they met the Phobians en route to winning the Ghanaian Premier League title. For Hearts of Oak, their confidence will be high as they come into this game from a 2-0 win over Brecum Chelsea at the dreaded Golden City Park last Sunday. For GoldStars, they also come into this game from a win against the same Chelsea team in that outstanding game played in Bibiani on Thursday. A pleasant welcome once again to the Accra Sports Stadium. My name is Nana Dakwa Jesse, together with Kelvin Owusu and Sam. We are your commentators for this special fixture here in Accra.
This is going to be a game that the two set of teams will be looking forward to grabbing maximum points. They've picked up very wonderful results in their last games, and for Hearts of Oak, this game will mean so much for them. They've dropped lots of points at home. They wouldn't want to replicate that, but GoldStars, with 2 victories on a bounce, uplifting their confidence, would want to spoil the party once again for the Phobians.
12 points apiece, 3rd and 4th spot respectively. Just a little separates these two sides into this fixture here in Accra. Accra Hearts of Oak in their rainbow colors over purple shorts, and Bibiani GoldStars dominant green jerseys and yellow with white shorts over white stockings. Again is the master of clean sheets, Benjamin Asari, who will lead the Phobians to this battle here in Accra. Hearts of Oak ensured the return to winning ways in that victory over Brecum Chelsea last weekend in Brecum. The very first time in the season they were able to score 2 goals in that fixture. Didi Dramani has been able to keep this team in the Premier League without conceding a single goal after 6 match days.
And clearly, this is a team that has changed the back line a couple of times. It was Ali Mohammed Osesibe at a point. It was Ali Mohammed, David Opoafrani at a point. And it's been David Opoafrani, Osesibe. But nothing has changed. Very solid defensive. And even with goalkeeping, they've changed and changed several times. But it's still a team that is difficult to beat.
This is how the Phobians will line up for this afternoon's fixture. Familiar faces, I guess. Goalkeeper Benjamin Asari keeps his place in post. The Ransford Mensah left back, Osesi Ben Afrani once again in central defense. Bayfi at the right back. There's Issa Hamza, Maoli Wayo, Prince Kwabno also leading the attack, with Hussein, Amponsa and Jamna playing in that familiar 3-man midfield as prepared by Masoud Didi Dramani.
Well, clearly he is given lots of confidence to his attackers, Hamza Issa and Mauli Waye, who were on target in that game against Brecum Chelsea, and also Kwabno also giving him an opportunity because he knows Bibiani GoldStars a little bit, as he is a former player there in the heart of midfield. He can only trust Hussein to work the magic in the absence of Abdul Karim, who has been out due to a knock.
Julian Nunu, one-time best referee in Ghana, has the responsibility for this game. He's assisted by Peter Dosa and Henry Essel. Big one for Julian Nunu. I tell you what, Nunu was originally built to officiate in that game in Samra Boy involving Samatex. A change had to be done quickly for him to come to this game on last Friday. So this is how they are waiting. GoldStars to be lining up for this afternoon's fixture. Emmanuel Kobe is in post, Ajiman at left back, Anaba and Atinga Ada in central defense. So 4 plays at the right side. And they have a midfield of Konto, Amon Kote and Foster AJ, with Kumi, Sanu and Berimaba in a 3-man attack, with the obvious man to look forward to, Samuel Atakumi, already on 4 goals in the Premier League.
Very clinical forward. You can expect the team to be relying on him for some of the wonderful things they will do this afternoon.
Didi Dramani yet to conceded defeat, yet to concede a goal, and he's taken this as a victim to a level where a lot of the fans might just be thinking this will be their year to win the Premier League. But this man here, Nanaya Amankwa, only last season was an assistant coach to Abubakar Ouattara for Hearts of Oak, knows too well about this side coming into this afternoon fixture.
Well, he's the best man to understand the profiles of these players, where they make lots of errors, where their strengths lie, and how his team will be capable of curtailing those abilities that the Phobians would have this afternoon.
2 changes to the team that beat Chelsea in Brecum. Esubontin is out for Prince Kwabena Owusu. Then Baba Adamu is out for Maoli Wayo. Hearts of Oak could get us going, and here we go. It's the kickoff. Hamza Issa gets us going for Hearts versus GoldStars here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Long one in. Prince Owusu is the target. Anaba clears the ball away. Sano is doing an early movement forward, but Osei Sebe tidies up really well for Hearts of Oak. Hussein is bursting forward in confidence. Prince Owusu is on his left-hand side. He finds Owusu. Mensah. Upon Frane seems to be settling in well in that central defensive position after being used at midfield in some game, but there's a flag going up early to flag Ransford Mensah offside.
Clearly, you could see Hatterfolk will be looking forward to playing expansively. That was a very good delivery there, but Ransford was a tad too early, and that was too much for him to pick up as well.
Two games already cleared for match day 7. Last Friday on match day 7 in Kpando, Hearts of Lions produced a wonderful performance to beat the struggling Holy Stars 3-0. And yesterday, Aduana picked up maximum points at the expense of Dreams FC. It's getting very competitive at the top. You look how Mediama is performing, how Hearts of Oak are not losing any game, and how Lions are back on top of the Premier League table.
It's quite interesting, especially the resilience of Aduana FC. When they seem to be dropping points, when they seem to be losing games, they salvage it late in the game. That shows the mark of a team that wants to win the league again.
After one game, Lions came on top on Friday. Yesterday, Aduana came on top. It might just change today as well. Here is GoldStars, Edward Arjiman. He wins the throw-in, but it goes the opposite direction. It's Hearts of Oak who win this throw-in on the right-hand side.
Clearly, another question for GoldStars to be answering is how they are going to deal with the pace of Mauli Wayo and Hamza Issa as against Vincent Atenga.
Here is Wayo, chance for Hearts of Oak. Hamza Issa, so close into the side net. Glorious opportunity as early as the 2nd minute, and Hamza knows too well he should have banged in this one.
That is an unpardonable miss there from very close range inside the goalkeeper's area. He should have at least worked Emmanuel Kobe from near post. Clever pass there from Mauli Wayo, took it very well. And the goalkeeper was at his mercy, and he was merciful to him.
But Wayo and Hamza scored in Brecum. Wayo assisted Hamza this time, but he failed to find the back of the net. It's goalless at the Accra Sports Stadium.
It's the inconsistencies that continues to raise questions about Hamza Issa. He scores today. The next game, he finds it difficult to replicate the quality he showed in the previous game. That should have been Hatterfolk leading by a goal to nil.
Gideon Anaba. Sebe trying to get a long one in, but he ends up giving the ball away. Arjiman's throw-in. Mensah looking for Hamza can go past Anaba. Atinga does what to pick out first AJ. Atakumi. Here is Kunto. Good through ball to Razak Sanu. He loses out to Afrani. That's of a throw.
It's going to be quite interesting in the heart of midfield. Amon Kote has lots of work to do to be able to outweigh that heart of folk midfield. But in events, lots of questions have started coming from the Phobians across all angles of the forward line.
Ransford Mensah's throw. Hamza Isa on the 10. Down from Anaba's challenge is a fair one because Nunu was right there as SCB picks it up for the Phobians right in the middle of the park. It's a good ball to find Rocky Jamna, who finds Wayo down the right. Wayo with an early cross. Good save by Kobe. Amponsa. Now Mensah. Hussein. Amponsa. Good ball to Wayo. He turns around. Befi wants it. Wayo keeps it. It's a good effort from Maoli Wayo, but he's not going to beat Emmanuel Kobe. Great play from Wayo.
Brilliant play there from Accra Hearts of Folk, making sure that they work the GoldStars defense. That was very quality pass there from Rafael Amponsa. Maulu Wayo took it well, took his time inside the area. But Emmanuel Kobe, very excellent goalkeeper, difficult to beat him.
5 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium. Hearts of Oak, 0. GoldStars, 0. Prince Owusu. Befi. SCB has given the ball away, but he gets a foul. That was risky. Lucky. Sanu had to be clumsy and foul him. If it was a clean tackle, they might just have been, been on the backside of that effort from GoldStars.
SCB is mostly on the edge, and GoldStars know that. They're going to pile lots of pressure on him every time he has the ball, so as to see if they can pick up some scraps, and that was an element of what they are going to do to him this afternoon. He needs to be quicker. He needs to lay the pass very early and prevent that pressure coming to him.
Emmanuel Kobe hanging on to possession and finds himself in trouble. He's given away a throw-in. Hasselberg wants to quickly take it. Hamza Isa onto that one from Mensah. He finds Owusu. Cross intercepted. Now Amponsa. Contour will take possession for GoldStars. Goes down from the challenge of Mensah. Clever way to win the foul. Contour.
Very excellent player, very much workaholic. He's intelligent as well. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Took the ball away from his man, who was very much clumsy. He brought him down and he's won the free kick. It's been cool so far, but Hearts of Folk clearly being the team that is on top, asking questions of the midfield of GoldStars and their defense as well.
Rocky Jamana. Here is first AJ for GoldStars. He didn't time the ball before looking at Atakumi's run. Esibe. Amponsa. The calm breakaway from the back for the Phobians. Rocky Jamana to Hussein in the middle. Ransford Mensah wasn't too sure about going in for that one or waiting for Prince Owusu Kwabna to step up for it, and eventually he gives the ball away in cheeky fashion.
Indecision caused Hearts of Folk to lose the ball easily. They were building up a very excellent attack, but for that decision to hit the ball too high up, Ransford needs to take his time. Rocky Jamna gradually becoming a favorite for Didi Dramani. Let's not forget, he was a boy who was scouted back in his school days at Amas by the current assistant coach of the Phobians, Abdullah Ghazali, when he worked with them during the inter-schools senior high school boys soccer competition.
Injury concerns for Bibiani GoldStars. They have a player down, and already Julian Nuno has called for the medics to attend to him. Time for Didi Dramani to get his instructions on. He has some words for Prince Owusu Kwabna, who might have a bigger responsibility on his shoulders than probably the rest of the charges, because he might just want to prove a point to his former employers. Remember, he made his name during his spell with a minus to be handed. The number 10 jersey at Hartlepool means extra pressure, extra responsibility. Time will tell only he's able to live up to it.
He hasn't been in the best of shapes, the quality that he showed when he was at GoldStars. But it will take some time for him to settle at Accra to Folk. Very difficult terrain where players take some time to be able to adjust and play as expected.
And what looks like a head injury to Razak Sanu, he's been accompanied out of the field, possibly further treatment on the lines to assess his readiness to return onto the pitch. 10 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium. Hartlepool 0, GoldStars 0.
It will be interesting to see how GoldStars will cope without Razak Sanu.
Rafael Amponsa. Amankwa Beifi. Good movement. He's got Amonkote to contend with. He eventually goes down from the challenge of Amonkote. Good hold-up play from Amankwa Beifi. And he gets out of a free kick in a very advantageous area. An area where Ransford Mensah will fancy his chances.
Very clever player. It seems the right back role is an evolution for him. He's growing better every single day, defensively and in attack. The former winger, he knows his capabilities. That was very good hold of the ball there. He shouldered it well, inviting Amonkote for consistent tackles behind him, and eventually went down in a very good position after the final touch on him. Rocky has the power to hit. Ransford has the skill and the technique.
Free kick at Sabok. Rocky Jamna, Ransford Mensah. Step up. Rocky shows interest. Mensah is calm and just watching on. Referee whistles. Rocky goes. Mensah, he swings one, takes a deflection. ICB arrives and it's a good clearance away by Kobe.
That was very instinctive there from Emmanuel Kobe. It will take lots to outwit him.
Free kick for Hartlepool.
Hartlepool growing with confidence, getting better every single minute. They seem to understand what it takes to unsettle GoldStars. This is an early opener, which they are still looking forward to finding it. But as to how they are going to beat Emmanuel Kobe is the question now.
Free kick for Hartlepool. Two usual suspects, Mensah and Jamna. Again, Jamna walks over it. Mensah this time goes over it and Jamna swings one in. Atenga loses the aerial challenge to Esibe, but it's cleared away eventually as Ajman takes over. But Nuno whistles because GoldStars have a player down after that aerial challenge. It is the captain of the side, Vincent Atenga.
You can clearly see he's not happy about the situation there. Esibe with a knee up, going straight into his back. Very stalwart figure who's been marshalling the defense very well for them.
Kobe's delivery aiming at Atakumi. Ajman will take the throw for GoldStars. Good news for GoldStars. Razak Sanu is back with a bandaged head after sustaining that injury. So 11 apiece. Here is Jamina. Hamza Issa up against two players. He goes down and it's a free kick just outside the box. Good movement from Hamza Issa. The moment he realized the ball was in between those two defenders, he took the risk and it's paid off. Free kick for the Phobians.
That was clever there from Hamza Issa. Once he wiggled his way through the two men, it was always going to be difficult for him to find a way. But Atinga, once again, with an outstretched arm, he gave himself away. It's an elbow right into the face, and Anaba seemed to have clutched him from his left-hand side.
Julian Nuno wants to stamp his authority early in this game. Gideon Anaba gets the yellow card for that challenge on Hamza Issa. Not too sure, I felt it was Atinga who committed a foul, but here was the player caught in between those two defenders. Julian Nuno was much closer to the incident, and Anaba would take that card. Free kick for Hatzabok as we hit the cut-over an hour mark of the game. Mensa Jamana again step up for this free kick. Would they find the opening goal? Hatzabok.
There's a very dangerous position. I had to have the man who can strike the ball very well. Rafael Amponta also there. He has a very good hit.
Mensah brings it back from Amponta. Jamna with a drive. Great idea, good initiative. Something that must have been rehearsed from the training grounds. Great execution from the Phobians, but it lacked the precision for the first goal.
That was quite difficult to even hit the target, but clever. Rafael Amponta picking it up from Ransford Mensah. Jamina with a very good hit, but it was always tearing away from target. You can give credit to Atakumi, who rushed on to pour pressure on Jamina to hit it wide.
That's the confirmation of Gideon Anaba's yellow card. He needs to ensure he plays safe, keep himself out of trouble, because 16 minutes means that is a long way to go for him. How he is able to stay calm will be checked. But Amon Kote's ball blocked by goalkeeper Benjamin Asari, but looked to have suffered from that late challenge from Razak Sanu, and the other work number one has gone down. He really comes up worse in challenges like this, but this time he's come up worse after that collision with Razak Sanu.
Very aerially powerful Razak Sanu there, going in, but very brilliant and agile goalkeeping. Firm hold of the ball from Benjamin Asari, but that collision seems to have come off him coming down awkwardly on his right leg. You can see him holding onto the ball as well as with a hand onto that. A hanging delivery it was. Sanu wanted to have a bite of it, but unfortunately the goalkeeper was first to it.
Accra Hatzabok are on a 13-game unbeaten run in the Premier League. 8 wins, 5 draws across all competitions. They've gone 17 with only 3 goals conceded, solidifying their quality in defense. But on the flip side, they've scored just 1 goal in their last 3 home games, signifying the lack of goals when they play behind their home fans.
And that is quite difficult for them. You can understand why Masudi Dramani has accepted to keep the 2 players who got him goals away, Mauni Wayo and then Hamza Issa, as starters today.
Former Ghana Football Association chairman and board member of Hatzabok, he's ever present at the stadium. Former Ghana ambassador to Serbia, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo. Very strong force in the Phobian fraternity.
Part of the heart and soul of the Phobians, ever present, ever instrumental in decision making. You can understand why he carries a very solid voice when matters arise in Hartlepool.
Here is Osei Sibe. Tries to look for Maoli Wayo, but Hamza will step up. He's got Atinga approaching him. Hamza has got Bayfi on the right-hand side, and Bayfi swings in across. Anaba has it out. It's a hard-to-ball corner.
Lots of questions being asked by Hatoful. They are running through the channels, creating those spaces in between the GoldStars defensive line and T. Vincent Atinga asking his men to keep it very tight. There's been a dominant display from the Phobians so far. And GoldStars are still yet to find answers to the questions the Phobians are asking them.
Rocky Jamna to take the hard-to-ball corner. Jamna bends one in. Cleared away. AJ controls. Esibe tracking him down, and he's able to win the throwing off the Phobian.
That was very good gather there from Foster AJ, trying to outwit Rafael Amponsa. He knew exactly where he was aiming at and had to execute his defensive duties to perfection.
20 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium. Hearts of Oak nil, GoldStars nil.
Samuel Atakumi is the man GoldStars will be looking forward to creating some moments of magic. So far, very limited supply to him and his other forwards, Barry Maba and Razak Sanu. They'll be hoping for more, but that can only happen when they take control over the game from Atufu. Another wasted pass.
Sorry, that's what to lift up that one for Mankwa Befi. He's got so much space in front of him. Only Edward Argyman to beat. Wayo wants it, and Wayo gets it on the right side. Wayo with a cross in again. Atinga had to be at the right place at the right time to prevent any problems for his goalkeeper, Emmanuel Kobe. Good swing from the right from Maoli Wayo. Clever defending from Atinga. Hatsovo corner.
Inviting delivery there from Mukwabefi. Mauliwayo putting it right into the best pace. But as experienced as Atinga is, he knew the safety first approach was the only way he could avert that danger for his side.
Rocky Jomna's corner comes in. This time he's aiming at Esibe. He did want to head the ball in, but Sanu was there to perform that defensive duties for his side.
Very good leap there by Esibe, always lacking at the far post to try nibble on the crumbs.
Hussein. Esibe. Sorry, he's trying to pick out Hamza Issa, but again, Atinga, he had to be there. Again, a very timely clearance to another corner kick.
Very much experienced, he couldn't take chances there. That was a very wild clearance, making sure he had enough of the ball. The on-rushing Mauliwayo could have easily stolen that ball inside the penalty area, and it was quick enough to prevent a penalty.
Mensah will take the corner this time for Hearts. Goes to the far post, and Kobe has missed, and again it's eluded Esibe for a GoldStars goal kick.
That was wild there from Mano Kobe, the very first time I've seen him fumbling with a cross. Look at that, he came out, the decision was a bit late, and Sanu seemed to have had the final touch of the ball. Once again, Osei lacking at far post, looking forward to touching that, but he was late.
Here is Amponsa. Rocky Jamna will take the initiative from midfield. He's got Wayo. It's a lovely ball to Wayo. Here is Mauli Wayo. Can he open the scoring? Wayo sets up Jamna and he's blown it over the bar. Rocky Jamna with a perfect opportunity to put the Phobians ahead. The calmness from Mauli Wayo to get him the ball was excellent, but Jamna, this should have been the opening one for the Hearts of Oak side.
Very well worked ball there. Mauli Wayo picking it up from Jamna, who went past two men, but the final ball right inside the penalty area. At least he should have hit the target. Look at that. He was looking for the killer, but his execution just going way over the crossbar.
Hearts of Oak dominant in possession, the better of the two in terms of creating goal scoring opportunities, but they've just not been able to go past Emmanuel Kobe. Again, is Jamna looking for Hamza. Atenga is up against Hamza, and the big man will get the ball away for GoldStars. Sanu brought down by Osei Sibe, free kick for GoldStars.
A commanding performance from Accra Hearts of Oak in every department. They are dominating, making the right decisions. Love with finding the goal. GoldStars seem to be in 6s and 7s, their team being too loose. It's similar to what happened on Monday when they played against Heart of Lions, conceded all possession, but eventually running away with the 3 points.
This time, Sano is the culprit. Looks to have left something late on Rafael Amponsa. That's the incident. Went up, long legs, and Amponsa just a victim of those long legs thrown by Razak Sanu.
Sanu was late with the challenge there. He wanted to have a piece of that ball. After that, aerial tussle. But Rafael Amponsa was first to it. Thankfully, he's up on his feet. A lot will depend on him should GoldStars be able to bounce back into this game where the Phobians have dominated.
Hearts of Oak well represented here. Managing director of the club came under some pressure from a section of the fans. All they wanted was to see the club back to their glorious days. Some have attributed their inability to rise back to managerial problems. Some say technical, some have said the playing body. But the board and the managing director have remained resolute in their quest to bring out the work back to where they rightly belong, domestically and on the continent.
They knew exactly the path they were following. They brought in new technical brains, and they seem to have had the work going on smoothly for them ever since they took over the reins in the first game that they played during the President's Cup. They haven't looked back since then.
Hamza stays onside, he shoots, and Kobe is there for GoldStars. He's been beating Emmanuel Kobe, but that's a good reaction from the Hearts of Oak striker Hamza Isa.
Once again, the ball going just behind the defense. Anaba late there. Brilliant control there by Hamza Isa. And on the turn and half volley, Kobe knew he just had to pick this one up in the goalkeeper's area.
Bibiani GoldStars will be coming up with a substitution.
Doesn't look like Foster AJ will be able to continue after that fall.
So, Coach Nane Amankwa has been forced into an early substitution before half an hour. AJ goes out for the experienced Samson Eduku. Eduku started the last game. GoldStars won against Chelsea. Today he was replaced by Razak Sanu, and he gets another chance after coming on for Foster AJ.
Very much experienced. Is one of those players who can hold on to the ball. He works tirelessly up front. Wants to always battle defenders And that could play to the credit of Atakumi, who wants that work to be done for him.
That earlier incident that got Rafael Amponsa going down, and Hazabok will have the free kick as we approach half an hour mark here in the capital. Rocky Jamna will take it. Rocky into the goal start area. Esibe is arriving, but Anaba did well to get the ball away, desperately trying to prevent the corner, but Hearts have a corner.
Hearts of Folk still getting lots of the ball, seeing most of the set pieces. That was a very good delivery in there, and Anaba knew exactly where Esibe was and had to just tuck that one away with a flick.
It's 30 minutes in Accra. Hearts nil, GoldStars nil. Hearts have a corner. Rocky Jamna will take him for the Phobians. Jamna goes slow. Wayo to Jamna. Here is Amponsa. Not too sure about what he intended to do, whether he was going for goal or was trying to pick out any of those rainbow sheds in the GoldStars area. It's GoldStars goal kick.
The intent was very clear. He wanted to hit the ball strongly, but he couldn't find that precision and accuracy to where goalkeeper Emmanuel Kobe once again.
The last time Hazabok beat Bibiani GoldStars at this venue was on the 29th of October 2022 on a match day 4 where the Phobians beat GoldStars by 2-1. Interestingly, the only goal scored by GoldStars was scored by the Hazabok number 10 this afternoon, Prince Owusu. Hazabok scored through Glass Nawako and Isaac Mensah. Here is Barry Maba to Konto Eduku. Konto keeping the ball well, looking to find spaces in the Hazabok area, but Hazabok keeping it tight at the back. That's a reckless one from Hamza on Anaba.
That was a late tackle there. Quick turn there from Gideon Anaba. But Hamza Issa eagerly trying to win the ball. Had a late touch on him. But that was a bit dangerous there. But GoldStars seems they want to count the tempo of the game.
Anaba gives the ball away. Here is Wayo. Maoli Wayo up against Atinga on the left foot. And that's a wayward one.
Wasn't the best of decisions there from Mauli Wayo. A loose ball picked up in a very delicate position. He had Atinga to face. Got the turn, but a feeble effort. And it looked like it was going wide. Kobe, easy save for him.
It's a handball against Konto. Deliberate. In the last 2 seasons, GoldStars have not lost here. Last season, they beat Hazabok 1-0 at this venue. And, you know, that aided them to win the Premier League title. And the last 2 seasons they came here, they beat Hazabok, and it was Mauli Wayo, the Hazabok winger, who scored for GoldStars in that game. Here he comes again, Wayo. This time in rainbow colors, but he's giving the ball away for a throw.
He started giving most of the crucial balls away. Decision making in the final third from his part has become a bit untidy. Gradually fading off that tempo we started attacking GoldStars with in the opening 25 minutes. Seems to be a masterstroke from GoldStars.
Here is Atakumi, brought down by Osei Sebe. Free kick for Bibiani GoldStars is a daring move from Atakumi. He knows too well the strength and quality of Esebe in a 1v1, but he took the risk and he's got a foul.
If GoldStars want to have anything doing, there's a player they should be giving a lot more of the balls to. He's quick, he's cunning, he's skillful. He knows when to make that dribble and win fouls in very crucial positions.
Free kick to Bibiani GoldStars. yet to concede in this season's Premier League. Benjamin Asare has got an eye on the upcoming World Cup in the United States, Canada and Mexico, as he remains Ghana's Black Stars #1, at least for now. Free kick. GoldStars have Amon Kote behind it. Bends one to the near post, and it's not the prettiest of free kick executed by the midfielder Kote.
That was a very poor one, judging from his standards and his ability. He was trying to aim at the near post. The wall had it covered. It went too far away. Not even testing goalkeeper Benjamin Asare in the post. That was their best bet in the last couple of minutes to try hit the target.
Hussein, 35 minutes in Accra. Hearts 0, GoldStars 0. Here is Raphael Amponsa. He goes past Eduku. Goes past Berimaba. Lovely pass to Mensah. Mensah swings in the ball, and Wayo is arriving, but it's into the side net. The build-up was sweet. That delivery from Maxo Ransford Mensah was excellent. Wayo maybe just arrived late to apply the needed connection.
It's always quite interesting. Rafael Amponsa getting past two men, got the pass to Ransford. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, but Mawuli Wayo came just behind Edward Ajaman, who was pretty shocked how Wayo managed to get onto the ball. Not with the best of connections, but it was enough to at least give GoldStars a scare. Caution to Edward Ajaman. He cannot take these balls for granted.
Hearts have a man down, and referee Thomas Nunu, Julian Nunu. You know, the referee Julian Nunu comes from a refereeing background. His dad used to be a FIFA referee in Ghana. These days he's a CAF refereeing instructor, and his son just took along the lines where daddy left off. Interestingly, they both work with the Ghana Audit Service. That's the man in your shot right now, referee Julian Nunu, one of the very best in Ghana, evident by the fact that he's been awarded with the best referee in Ghana in the last 2 seasons.
It's in the blood, you know. It's in the blood. From refereeing to audit service, they seem to be following the same path. Could be proper direction from the father who took the headway.
Hatsabok creating all the chances, dominating possession, but unable to hit the back of the net. Injury concerns for Rocky Dramana, who has so far given a very good account of himself in that midfield for the Phobians.
I don't think it's too scary. He should be back soon to continue with this game. Glad to have picked himself up and not go out of the pitch on a stretcher.
Atinga gets the ball in, but Asare will allow it to go out for a goal kick.
That was wild from Vincent Atinga. Had to have wasted their chances up front. GoldStars also putting away all the set pieces they are having, and it's not doing them any good.
Hussein gives away possession. Razak Sano. GoldStars moving forward. Berimaba. Kote's driving straight to Benjamin Asare. You can always trust him now. He wants to quickly initiate a move. Now he finds Rocky Jamna. He's back on the pitch. Rocky Jamna with a long one looking for Hamza Issa. Atinga is approaching Hamza with a one-time effort that ended up purposeless for the Phobians.
That was bizarre decision making there from Hamza. He looked on, saw the man approaching, Vincent Atinga, pressure on him, but he had all the time in the world to put out a very good cross for the on-rushing Club-Nose inside the penalty area. It's quite surprising that ball went wide. Decision making needs to be better.
Referee whistles has had the advantage now. Jamina. Wayo goes past his marker. Mauli Wayo tried the cutback, and it's an own goal. Bibiani GoldStars have conceded. The pressure has paid off. The final touch came off Gideon Anaba, and Hartlepool finally are in the lead here at the Accra Sports Stadium against Bibiani GoldStars. It was Mauliwayo's effort, but it came off Gideon Anaba, and Kobe looked dejected. It has won. GoldStars nil.
It wasn't one of the best head balls there, but look at Wayo cleverly striving past. Vincent Atinga got himself into a very good area. He was looking for the cutback for Kabnousu, but Anaba with an outstretched leg deflected it off into his own goal. You can blame Kobe for this, but Hartlepool have worked for this. They've been the dominant side, and they've put themselves in the lead, rightfully.
For the Phobians, they wouldn't mind if the credit goes to Wayo for the goal or it's credited to Anaba as an on goal. But hey, it was Wayo's effort that was directed into the back of the net. I think Wayo gets this one as a goal.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's credited to him. He was aiming for target, and it was just pushed or helped in time.
Brilliant skill by Hussein. He's got Prince Owusu in front of him. Hussein Owusu bundled over the ball by the men in green and yellow. 41 minutes, 4 away from the break. Hearts 1, GoldStars 0. Atinga's clearance, only as far as Rafa Lamponsa. Here is Hussein. GoldStars have a man down. Hussein sends the cross in. So the goal is credited to Mauliwayo. His second of the season, Wayo, after scoring breakroom against Chelsea. This one that was helped in by Anaba has been credited to Mauliwayo. And so it's Hartlepool 1, GoldStars 0. Goal scored by Mauliwayo.
Just like you said, the Phobians wouldn't mind how the ball entered the net. Once it's a goal that credits their score, they'll be glad. They've been dominant possession-wise. They've been creating all the best goal-scoring opportunities. The wet goalkeeper Emmanuel Kobe enough. And once Mauliwayo got himself in that position, he knew exactly what to do, and he's found the opener. Quite unfortunate, Vincent Atinga going too early down, and that gave Wayo that opportunity to get the ball past him to score.
Hussein. Rocky Jamana again. Is that one looking for Wayo? And Ajiman will not take chances this time. He wins the goal kick off the last touch from Mauliwayo. 42 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium. Hearts 1, GoldStars 0.
Very little breather for GoldStars. Every time they have the ball, there's pressure from the Phobians, forcing them to misplace passes, forcing them to make errors. And that has been the tale of this afternoon. GoldStars seems to be in 6s and 7s, not knowing what to do, how to keep the ball, how to get back into the game. It's been a missing midfield that has been dominated by Jamina, Hussein, and Amponsa.
Amon Kote. For it to Amon Kote. Here is Barry Maba. Kote. Kunto loses possession to Amponsa. Here is Hamza Issa. Fouled by Ofori. Claiming innocence. Doesn't agree with the decision of Nunu. But Ofori will just have to accept it because the argument won't change anything. 44 minutes now in Accra. 1 more minute before the end of the 45 minutes, and Hartlepool hang on to that Mauliwayo goal.
The Phobians are happy to have this. They'll be glad to go into the tunnel with the lead. They've created lots of goal-scoring opportunities, should have been up by at least 2 goals. But once it's won, they wouldn't mind. It's still 3 points and a lead for them.
Hamza Isa, Rocky Jamana, he can shoot from this range, but decides to go to Amanka Befi. Befi steps forward. Befi with a ball in. Again, Kobe saves with a leg, and Kunto gets it away. Here is Razak Sanu for GoldStars. Barry Maban with a long section ball, but you can trust Esebe. Alert on that occasion. Sanu heads the ball to his own area. Jamana with a control, and Anaba comes in very strongly to challenge for that one. In his left, Rocky Jamana down. Boys up already. Befi unable to get that one to Wayo. Eduku, little has been seen of him since his introduction. Here is Eduku. Kunto. Eduku, he's lost it out. Amponsa, such a delight to watch in that midfield. All you can do is to bring him down when he's in his elements. Rafael Amponsa, he's brought the needed stability and consistency in that midfield. He seems to be the only mainstay in that midfield that already has Abdul Karim on the sidelines through injury. Great revelation under Didi Dramani this term.
While he nearly lost the sport at the start of the season, David Opoafrani was playing with Hussein and then Karim, but he's picked up the pieces ever since the injury happened to Karim and then Hussein, and he's never looked back. He's been an interesting fellow to watch.
We're already into 1 minute of the 2 additional minutes. Been indicated by 4th referee for Stabasios. The Rainbow lads are leading the Golden Boys from Bibiani. For Hatzabok, they might just be thinking the moment to break that 2-year jinx of not beating GoldStars in the Premier League, and especially at the Accra Sports Stadium where GoldStars have won in their last 2 visits. And you know, quite interestingly, last season Mauli Wayo scored the only goal for GoldStars when they beat Hazabok here, and this season he's put GoldStars behind and Hazabok ahead with just a few seconds to wrap up the first half.
An interesting turn of fortunes. There seems to be a player who loves this Fisher so much, and he's come to the party. Lots of chances for him, and he's bred with lots of confidence.
Nuno whistles for GoldStars. Free kick. Kunto to win it for GoldStars.
He hasn't really been impressive this game.
Barry Maban for GoldStars on the right side. With the outside of his foot, he finds Sanu. But Amponsa and Esibe combined to get the ball away. Amponsa nearly gave it away. Eduku went down in appeal for a foul, but Nuno will not be deceived.
That was quite clumsy and dangerous there. Rafael Amponsa taking an extra touch inside the penalty area. He nearly gave the ball away, only for Samson Eduku to fall down cheaply.
Barry Maban wins GoldStars another free kick on the right-hand side. We've done 3 minutes of additional time. We've gone past the original 2 minutes.
That was a very bad challenge there coming in from Ransford Mensah. After losing the ball, he just had to clap his man Barry Maban from behind. Seems to be in pain. That was it there. Ba had already taken the lead, and that was the start right into his ankle.
Ransford Mensah gets his name in the books of referee Julian Nuno. Yellow card, Hatzabok number 13, Ransford Mensah. Free kick for GoldStars. Asari will be happy to go into the tunnel. Back in the dressing room for first half without conceding. Something that hasn't happened to him this season. For his delivery. Miscommunication between Atinga and Eduku ends up in a goal kick, and that's the whistle to wrap up the first half here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Hatsabok continuing where they left off from the Golden City Park in Brekum last weekend. At the break, the lead GoldStars by 1-0. Goal scored by Maoli Wayo. That was helped in by the outstretched leg of Gideon Anaba. They duly deserve to be in the lead. They've been the dominant of the two sides. They've created the most decent goal scoring chances. And at half-time, it's no surprise that Hatsabok lead GoldStars by 1-0.
It's half-time here at the Accra Sports Stadium, and Hartlepool are leading Bibiani GoldStars by 1-0 in match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. Goal scored by Maoli Wayo. His half shot actually came off Michael Anaba and entered into the net of Bibiani GoldStars. That is why Hartlepool are leading by 1-0. I have with me the assistant coach of Bibiani GoldStars, Gordon Abolade. Coach, you started very well, kept Hartlepool from getting closer to your goal post, but then you lost concentration at a point.
That is football and it happens. I think in the first half, we started very well. That's how we were saying. But when it gets someplace, they lost concentration. We are down by a goal. So we need to make up. I don't know. We need to make sure that we go back to the drawing board and make sure that we strategize very well and come to the second half. Of course. Now in the second half, what kind of game should we expect from GoldStars? Yeah. We need to work hard and make up to redeem the goal. We're going to carry the day. Make sure that we win today's game. Because you are down by a goal to make sure to equalize and win the game. Thank you very much and wish you all the best for the second half. That is the assistant coach of Bibiani GoldStars there, Godwin Ablodin. Abdul Ghazali of Hartlepool would also join me to talk about the first half. Now, coach, you are up by 1-0. What kind of game do you anticipate from your opponent when the second half comes up?
Well, I think I'm not surprised about our game first half because we knew they were coming to defend more. Even though their back is not well that structured, and we know if you are able to put the ball behind them, we have players who can run. We are doing that and we are succeeding. I was thinking that at least by now we should be up by 3 goals, and I'm fully sure that they also go in to change their tactics. And
of course. Now you are doing a lot of long balls behind the defense. Is it because Atinga is a bit in terms of his speed has slowed down a bit? That is why you give that instruction to the boys.
I think their games are our 4 matches. That is the way they have been playing. And we also make sure that at least we get those who can run. Like today, you see that Wayo is running very well. Hamza is running very well, Priest is running very well, and that's what that's our tactics for today. We just want to force them to come forward, then we'll put the ball behind them and then go through them.
Well, wish you all the best for the second half,
much.
second 45 minutes coming up. That is Abdul Ghazali, the assistant coach of Heart of Folk. We'll take a quick breather here. When we return, Alfred Nelson and Kelvin will join me for the first half analysis. You're still watching the Ghana Premier League on TV3 and on Nya TV, powered by Adisa Production Limited. It's halftime here at the Accra Sports Stadium in match day 7 between Heart of Folk and Bibiani GoldStars. And the Phobians are leading by a goal to nil, scored by Mauli Wayo, which means that he scored in back-to-back games for Accra Heart of Folk, and that will be joy for Masood Didi Dramani. My name is Mutale Yakubu here with Kelvin Owusu, as I was in commentary position, and Coach Alfred Nelson. Now, Alfred, let me start with you. It's been a good first half for the Phobians. They dominated, and even the 1-0 that they've scored looks not to be a true reflection of the game, because they've created the decent chances in this one.
Yeah, I think they've made a lot of incursions in the first half, overhead passes behind Atinga, which they've exploited it very well, but I think their final delivery has always been wrong. I think they've dominated the game, they've played well, but if anything happens, they have to blame themselves, because they had a lot of chances that by now they should be up by 3-0 or 2-0. But
it looks like they've targeted Atinga's area, because all the balls that are coming in to Mauliwayo seem to be going through Atinga.
Yes, in terms of speed, he doesn't have it, but maturity, experience, he has it. So I think they want to exploit him with the pace. Yeah.
Well, Kelvin, GoldStars have not been able to cope with the long balls from Heart of Folk, especially those from Hussein and Jamina. It seemed to be doing the magic for Hearts.
Well, I think that is always going to be the case. The kind of form they put up when they played against GoldStars is telling here. And for me, GoldStars having come to the party, Amon Kote and then Emmanuel Konto haven't really lived up to expectation. There's too much space among them, making Heart of Folk pick up the pieces and the scrap. Rocky Jamina, very much workaholic. He has the skill, as well as Raphael Amposa. Hussein also has the skill, but it hasn't been the same for GoldStars. Foster AJ couldn't really live up to the party till his substitution, and we know that Samson Eduku coming on, he is not that central midfielder you'd expect to push the ball further into Heart of Folk's final third. That bit of disjoint is hurting GoldStars, but credit to the Phobians, they seem to have positioned themselves very well and leaving few or limited spaces for GoldStars to capitalize on.
Now let's talk about the goal itself. Mawuli Wayo, he scored in their last game against Brekum Chelsea, getting another one here. It was a beautiful orchestrated goal by Heart of Oak, and unfortunately that snapshot from him came off Anaba and over goalkeeper Felix Shea, but the ability to go past Atinga in there was a brilliant one.
Yes, I think he was trying to pass the ball, but Anaba got a touch and it resulted in a goal. If you look at his position, all that he wanted to do is to pass the ball to Kwabna Owusu, and it was unfortunate Anaba got a touch on it and it resulted into a goal.
This is one of the most painful goals any defender would want to score, painful own goals, because Anaba was looking at preventing it from reaching the likes of Kwabna Owusu, but inadvertently he turned the ball into his own net.
Well, I think the error started from Vincent Atenga, very much experienced. I was not expecting him to go down easily. He gave Mauliwayo an edge to get the ball past him, and once he got into the goalkeeper's area, he knew that Kobe had covered that space. All he had to do was a cut back for the on-rushing players, Kwabna Owusu at far post, to at least touch home, but Anaba with an outstretched leg had the ball ricocheting off his foot into the net. You can't blame Anaba so much. He wanted to do his bit as a defender, but the ball ended up in the net. But credit to Mauliwayo, he's taken the game by storm. 2 GoldStars, getting all the glorious goal scoring opportunities. I think that he should have even gotten a goal on his own in here, judging from the number of opportunities that he's had.
Alfred, one of the strongest points in that GoldStars team has to be their midfield of Konto and Amon. But this afternoon, they've been, brutally beaten by Heart of Oak midfield of Hussein and Jamina with Afro and Ponsa.
Yes, the Heart of Oak midfield, they are moving very well, and I think that is disturbing the GoldStars midfield. Amon, technically he is very good, but I think today Hussein and Amponsa are showing him a different level altogether. So I think it's about the movement in midfield that is disturbing them. If they are stagnant, it's easy for them to mark them, but once they are mobile, they are moving up and down, it becomes difficult for them.
Well, goalkeeper Ben Asari has not had much to do in post, Kelvin, but anything that has been thrown at him in the first 45 minutes, he's been able to deal with it very well. He has about 45 minutes to keep another clean sheet.
Well, continuously growing in confidence, very limited, errors from him. Anytime he comes out for the ball, you know that this is a goalkeeper who knows exactly what he is coming to do. He went into that aerial challenge with Razak Sanu with all the confidence and that firm grip of the ball, not letting it go. The number of times that GoldStars have tried to test him, it's almost come from feeble shots, but credit to the defensemen as well. That is David Opoafrani and Osei Sibe. They haven't allowed Samuel Atakumi, Razak Sanu, and then Barima Ba to have the better of it.
Well, definitely, Alfred, something has to change for GoldStars, either personnel or system. On the bench, they have Francis Chene, who is a fantastic midfielder. They are losing the midfield battle. Is this the time that Coach Nanaya Amponsa throws him on?
Yeah, I think Chene deserves that. He has played lots of games. His former team, Bechem United, he's rich with experience and all that. So I think he will do the magic for them. They are playing long balls to Sanu, and I think he's winning all the headers as well. But I think Kumi and Berima need to go for the second balls. They are not positioned very well on the pitch. And once you have an arrowhead who is very good in the air, I think you should be looking for the second balls. Either he flicks behind them or on the side, and they run for it.
Calvin, I don't think Coach Masoudi Dramani would want to temper with the first 11 even in the second 45 minutes, maybe at the latter part of the game.
Well, it's been a decent job from every single member of the team. Everyone playing his part. They are executing everything to perfection. The only player, if I wouldn't be surprised if they take him off, is that is Prince Kwabno. So he hasn't added so much, even with expansive play. He hasn't really come to the party. And I think that if the coach wants to make any substitution, he would probably be the first player because he hadn't added so much to the team. And I think that Didi, knowing him very well, is a very conservative manager. He wouldn't want to tamper with a team that is doing justice to the work that he's let them do in the opening 45.
I mean, the centre-back pair of Atinga and Anaba seem to have been affected badly by the early yellow card that Gideon Anaba had. It looks like he has slowed him down a bit, even in his tackles.
Yes, it takes a lot from you. Early minutes when you are yellow carded, your strength, everything is gone, because if you are not careful, you get a second yellow card, and that will be the end of the game for you.
Of course. Now, prior to the game, we're talking about one battle. That is Yaman Kwabefi Atakumi. How has he fared so far in the first half?
Well, I think that it's been a holiday for Yaman Kwabefi. If you ask me, if you know a player that is very much cunning, the number of times that you need to feed him with the ball must be more than a player who doesn't cause lots of impact in the game. And that is what I think that GoldStars need to start doing better. They haven't really fed Atakumi to it. The last time they managed to feed him, he won a free kick for them by getting past, that is Osei Sibe, who was out of position, and he brought him down. I think they haven't made use of their expansive play. Barimaba and Atakumi bring them a lot more into play, and you can have the team going. But also, I think it's all because of the midfield shape. If you can't have it easy every time, you can't throw in the lottery and expect to succeed. Today you play that is Amonkote, and then you have Kontor. The next day is Ajete. The next day is Chene, and then Apia McCarthy. It won't work for you. They need that consistency to understand the system and then feed the attackers a lot more.
Well, for Heart of Folk, it's joy for them, because they are leading by a goal to nil against Bibiani GoldStars. Second 45 minutes up next, and Kelvin Owusu Ansah will be going back to join Anada Kwajesi for the commentary. Enjoy the second 45 minutes.
It's time to believe in you. We are changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Got to dream with Puma drinks. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make me say, oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
I want to watch the match.
Oh, even watches Ghana football these days.
Do you know Charles Taylor?
The president.
Charles the Terror Taylor. He terrorized defenses with his dribbles. Who know Don Bote? He screamed the stadium. Osei for the general, lifting up trophies. Stephen Ojo was orchestrating the game. The legends of yesterday, they have paved way for the heroes of today. Do you know the Ghana Premier League?
No, Dad.
It's our game, it's our pride. And you watch it now live every weekend from now on.
Catch the Ghana Premier League live this and every weekend.
Welcome back for second half of this match day 7 top line of the Ghana Premier League. Hatsabok up against Bibiani GoldStars. The Phobians went into the break leading by 1 goal to nil. Goal scored by Mauli Wayo, held by the outstretched leg of Gideon Anaba. Hatsabok were clearly the dominant side in terms of possession, creating the better of the goal scoring opportunities that fell to the two sides and making sure they stamped the authority in the game before half-time. Back from recess, Masoud Didi Dramani will have one thing at the back of his mind: to keep up with the consistency and momentum of not conceding in the Premier League and not tasting defeat. How GoldStars will respond to that, we wait to see, because they also know that they've not lost at this venue in the last 2 seasons.
Interesting second half coming. GoldStars will be looking forward to making amends, correcting their flaws from the opening half. Heart of Folk determined to keep their clean sheet. Benjamin Asari, very good. And he knows that he needs to keep his defense. And very good check not to concede.
Razak Sano kicks off for second half. Berimaba, Ofori, Anaba, Ajeman. Long one, but not on the same page with the lanky forward, Sanu.
Well, the second half would see Hartlepool trying to double up on their lead. They would be very much happy to be consistent and get another goal just like they did in break home. Home form tallying with away form increases your chances of winning the Ghana Premier League.
Here is Sibe. Atakumi. Little has been seen of him in this afternoon's fixture. The top scorer for GoldStars this season. Last season he backed in 11 goals as GoldStars ramped to win the Premier League. He's begun the season quite well, but he struggled in this game so far. Atakumi. Atinga's ball can find Sanu, but Sanu has been gifted possession by Afrani. Now, Kunto. Amon Kote. Ball is headed out by Afrani, and Hussein will take charge. Wayo, Hussein, Baifi. There's a push on Wayo. It's a deliberate foul by Ajiman. Free kick for Hartlepool.
That was needless in there. The tackle wasn't very much expected by Hamza Isa, but once he got in there, Edward Ajiman tried to win the ball and needlessly bundling into his man.
Free kick taken. Anaba doesn't head it clear, but Hartlepool doesn't take the advantage. You're expecting it to be dealt with better by Hamza Isa, not your tallest of players. Tried to go up for that ball, only to fail to make the most of it. Hussein. It's a clever ball to Prince Owusu down the left hand side. With the outside of his foot, but comes up for the second time. He's getting his header wrong.
Very poor there from Hamza. He knew exactly where he was. He had positioned himself. It was a casual header of the ball when he could have actually taken his time to make a prudent decision. Once again, Kobe nearly giving the ball away.
Eduku. Here is Edward Ajiman. Now he looks it for Kunto. Amon Kote wants options. He sees the movement of Berima, but it's behind some because Berima didn't move. Now Vincent Atenga. Got ball to Ajiman. He sees Atakumi. Yes, he finds Atakumi. Turns around. Eduku. Good 1-2 between Eduku and Atakumi. Here is Eduku. He's stopped by Baifi. And ball is cleared by Wayo. Only as far as Atenga. Now Ajiman. Atakumi with a lovely pass to Kunto. Kunto shoots! And Asari grabs firmly for Hartlepool.
That's the most decent play from GoldStars throughout the game. Very confident passing of the ball, but that drive from Kote. The goalkeeper Benjamin Asari knew exactly where it was coming. He would love to save this any time. Not so much threatening as it went down through the middle.
The foul against Afrani for bringing now Sanu Razak. Afrani and Esebe have done extremely well by dealing with his presence in that area. way taller than the two, but they've really kept him in check and given him no breathing space. Sani Razak.
It's quite interesting to see how David Opoafrane has gotten back to his best. He came to House of Folk from Ken Faisal and really didn't look too much convincing, but a breath of fresh air into him by Didi Dramani seemed to be working.
Razak Sanu hits into it by Afrani, who finds Hamza Issa. It's a brilliant turn around Atinga.
Now, here is Kobe.
Right, they talk something.
Here is Rocky Jamna looking for Hamza Issa. Good reaction from Emmanuel Kobe.
That was a very good pass in there. Hamza Issa finding all the loose ends in the GoldStars team. But that was too heavy a pass for him to latch onto, and clever sweeping by Kobe. He read the situation and came out to pick it up.
Hamza Issa scored just 5 goals in 29 appearances last season for the Phobians. His best season actually came in 2 seasons ago when he scored 13 goals for the Phobians. He's got 1 for them this time. Barry Maban goes past Mensah, sends a cross in, and Sani Razak and GoldStars have the equalizer at the Accra Sports Stadium. Samuel Atakumi with his 5th of the season. He's broken the hearts of the Phobians after just 6 minutes of second half action. It's Hazabok 1, Bibiani GoldStars 1. It's fair to say GoldStars worked for this one, but Hazabok equally gave it away because the defense was clumsy, and Atakumi would not mind. He's equalized. That's the build-up from Bermaba.
Very intelligent play there from GoldStars. Once they won the free kick, it was a quick free kick that was taken. Bermaba got the ball, struck past his man. Rafael Amponsa was late. Sanu with the back flick there. Then once Atakumi got in front of the goalkeeper, he just had to touch home with the help of Benjamin Asari.
So those 2 central defenders, both Afrani
And Esibe were unable to make the contact with the ball after that dummy from Sani Razak, and Atakumi took full advantage and he's made it count. GoldStars are back in business. Samuel Atakumi with his 5th goal of the campaign this season. He scored 11 goals last season and 5 goals already this season.
He's the go-to man for GoldStars. Every time he comes to the party, they seem to have their weapons intact. And the second half, they just had to test the Phobian, and they've managed to get the goal.
Mensah can set up no Phobian, and GoldStars will burst away. Here is Kunto trying to pick out Bar, and Afrani arrives to go to goalkeeper Asari.
Benjamin Asari wouldn't be a happy man. This is the first time he's conceded this season, and an awkward way to concede.
He doesn't take any blame for this goal.
Not at all.
The defenders let him down. They weren't alert enough, and GoldStars just took advantage. Here is the Albefi. Osei Sibe with a long cross in. Prince Owusu. Mensah goes past Barry Maban and swings in across. It's a decent run, and Kobe with a good save has put a chance. And how did Rocky Jamna miss this opportunity? This is the 2nd time he's gotten a glorious goal scoring opportunity and has flopped it, but this one looked a real good chance for Hartlepool.
That was clever there from Radford Mensah. Getting to the byline, sending it that delivery. It was aiming for the post. Kobe flapping it back into the penalty area. Rocky should have at least hit the target. His body shape and balance couldn't help him pick up the 2nd goal for the Phobians. But Hartlepool inching closer again.
Hartlepool coming close and once again not taking advantage. They've created very, very decent chances this afternoon, but that's a lovely ball from Eduku to Barimaba on the control now. Goes past Mensah on the left foot and it's straight to Asari.
Benjamin Asari, clever goalkeeping from him. Took his time, not panicking at all. Barimaba seems to have picked up the second half, coming to the party. He knows exactly where to get the phobia. He's skillful, he's pacey, and can cause lots of trouble.
Konto wins the ball legitimately according to Nuno, and here is Atakumi. Konto, Amonkote, that growing in confidence after that equalizer. He wants to try a left-footed effort from that distance, and Rocky Jamina wins Hatzaboka throw-in.
It's almost becoming the balanced second half. GoldStars seem to have picked up some lessons. They are much more stronger with their tackles. They are covering all the loose ends, which they failed to cover in the first half.
Triple substitution for the Phobians. It's not really happening for this man. He wanted to prove a point to GoldStars, but it didn't materialize. Josh Paku will take his place. Enoch Esubontin will equally go in. Kwesi Asma will get his turn. Mauli Wayo, the goal scorer, will exit alongside Rafael Amponsa. Almost like-for-like substitutions from Masoud Didi Dramani. So, Amponsa replaced by Asma. Esteban takes out Wayo. And Josh Paco takes the place of Prince Owusu. 1-1 is the scoreline here at the Accra Sports Stadium after some 55 minutes. Here is Paku. Here is Hatsabok looking to make inroads.
And looking back at the substitutions, going light for light. Want more strength, fresh legs in there, and a lot more creativity in the Dramani. It's quite early in the second half. I'm sure from the body language of these players, he didn't like it. The reason why he's executed very early subs.
Paco. Good turnaround. Anaba sends the cross away by Ofori. Jamina. Mensah. Esibe. Hatsabok want to add some urgency after conceding for the first time this season, and Kobe gets that one well covered for GoldStars.
They are running after every ball, and look at Sanu the second half. He's chasing almost every loose end.
Esibe for Hatsabok, he finds Yaman Kwabefi. Oh, that's a lovely run from Esubontin down the right. He sends the cross in, but the flag was up against Hamza for offside.
That was brilliant there from Esubontin, getting past this man quickly. And that was quite a wild decision from Konto to slide in, but intelligent mop up there from Anaba even before Hamza, who was offside, could latch onto the ball. Well, a very good sign of Esubontin, given extra loads of what he's capable of.
Kobe's ball in, flicked on by Atakumi. Referee whistles as GoldStars get the advantage. But Nuno quickly rescinds the decision and has the book
will take possession.
And it's quite an ironical opening to the second half. The first half saw Hartlepool winning most of the fouls in midfield, but it's changed.
It's the Bontain to Bayfi, fouled by Sanu. In a bit to retrieve possession and keep up with the press. He ends up committing a foul on Ayamankwa Bayfi. George Paku up against Amonkote. Here is Paku driving forward in confidence. Paku shoots, and Kobe did well to parry that one away for a corner, but that's a very good initiative from George Paku, coming off the bench to have an instant impact.
Intelligent from George Paku, picked up the ball, opened up space. Once he knew nobody was getting close, he decided to drive one. Just bouncing in front of Kobe, but his fingers were enough to parry that ball away, which seemed to be going wide anyways.
Corner, George Paku to take. Paku swings one in and Kobe gets the one away for GoldStars. Esibe onto it for Hartlepool. Trying to go past Anaba, and he gets the throw for his effort, says Esibe. He will leave that one, as they want to prefer a long throw in by Ransford Mensah instead.
They quickly want to restore their lead. They cannot be taking short throw-ins.
Well, Mensah goes short, and Jamna sends in a cross, away by Atenga. Here is Hussein, all the way back to Benjamin Asari. The master of clean sheets finally concedes in the Premier League. Long ball from Asari, headed down by Ofori, and Eduku will take over for GoldStars. It's a lovely ball to Barry Mabar, chasing down the right. Barry Mabar, chance, cut back, Atakumi, and it's the second goal for GoldStars. They've stunned the Phobians at the Accra Sports Stadium. Oh boy, this is a player on fire. A brace from Atakumi, and Hartlepool are trailing Bibiani GoldStars by 1-2. GoldStars have turned things around. Lovely ball to begin with from Eduku. When Ben Baba took his bike, he had one option on his mind, to locate Atakumi, and he made no mistake. Atakumi, 6 goals this season, and it's Hartlepool 1, GoldStars 2.
Very excellent, the three forwards once again combining to get the goal. Brilliant pass there from Samson Eduku. Barry Baba took it on the bounce, got into the penalty area. The cutback was brilliant, and Atakumi lurking just behind the penalty spot, pushed it to the left corner of the goalpost, beyond the reach of Benjamin Asari.
I tell you what, this boy loves to score against Hartlepool. He just loves to score against Hartlepool. In the Gauka Top 4, when Hartlepool drew 2-2 with GoldStars, he scored. Last season, when GoldStars beat Hartlepool 1-0 en route to winning the Premier League, he scored. And now he's got a brace against the Phobians, and this guy is on fire. He's scored 6 goals already in 7 match days in the Premier League.
He's always causing trouble. He understands the game. He knows exactly what to do, and he brilliantly puts together a very wonderful performance. Always the go-to man for GoldStars.
Substitution time for GoldStars. Kelvin Opon will come in, likely to take the place of Vincent Atinga Adai. He's shown leadership and given a captain's performance. Samuel Champon in for Razak Sanu. Nana Mankwa, the acting head coach of GoldStars, wants to fix things even before Hartlepool think about getting back into the game. Confirmation of a scoreline. Hearts 1, GoldStars
2. Double by Samo Atakumi after Mawuli Ewayo had given the Phobians the lead in the first half.
That's quite surprising, the substitutions I'm saying. Maybe Vincent Atenga with tired legs. Nana Amankwa doesn't want to take chances. Then he's brought on a player who had a very perfect understanding.
Paku's ball in, and again Kelvin Opon had to arrive at the right place at the right time to get that ball away. Hearts will quickly want to get back into this game. First time conceding this season, and they've gone on to concede a second goal this season. Corner to be taken by George Paku. Paku swings one to the near post and is headed away by Ofori. Here is Hussein. Atakumi looks unstoppable this afternoon. He's up against Amankwa Befi. Clever play from Atakumi. Konto Ajman. Kelvin Opon. Berimaba, the most effective and efficient GoldStars player in the second half. Eduku tries one from a distance and is wayward. He collided with Opon Frani when he tried to execute that one. GoldStars have a corner, but it's concern for Afrani, who has stayed down but gets back on his feet.
GoldStars growing in confidence every single minute of the game. They are testing Hearts of Oak more. They are creating chances, they are creating spaces.
So Hearts of Oak have brought on Baba for Afrani. Baba Damu, he started in last week's game against Chelsea. GoldStars looking for a third and they just missed the one. Hearts of Oak under some pressure now.
That was a very good delivery, not the very best of connections to the ball. Philip Ofori there, but it was Samson Eduku who wanted to at least find the target, but unfortunately for him, he's really paid his dues since coming on. Very combative.
Reckless challenge by Samson Eduku on Rocky Jamina. Very clumsy challenge. Needless from Eduku. Right to hand him the yellow card. Good decision by Julian Nunu.
In an area where Rocky Jamina wasn't going anywhere. He shouldn't have stuck his foot in there. He just sold it to him and he's bought it. He's going to walk a tightrope now as a man who had been high pressing and causing the Phobians to pass the ball early and lose it easily. It hasn't been the same. Hearts of Oak seem to be stunned. You're surprised how the second half has taken a different turn.
Didi Dramani is an unhappy man. First time conceding, gone on to concede 2. Yellow card to Bibiani GoldStars Samson Eduku for that reckless challenge on Rocky Jamina. So Hearts of Oak looks to be going with a 3-back system now. After the exit of Afrani, Adamu have stepped into that role. Gets the ball in. Esubontain. Here is Asma. Baba Damu for Hearts of Oak. Mensah swings in across. Kobe has missed and Hearts of Oak have the equalizer. The Phobians are back in business and it's George Paku who brings Hearts of Oak level peg in here at the Accra Sports Stadium. That delivery from Mensah was exquisite and the connection from Paku just awesome. Hearts of Oak 2, GoldStars 2.
Once again, Ransford Mensah bringing his quality to bear. Very excellent delivery, was pinpoint. But Emmanuel Kobe should have been first to that. The goalkeeper was late to it, and George Paku was not going to wait for him. Cleverly connecting to that ball to find the net for the Phobians, even with 10 men. Look at that delivery. Sweet there. But Kobe missed it, and Paku knew he had the goal at his mercy, and his Spanish Gold Stars.
Josh Paku steps up for the Phobians. Big 20 minutes to play for. Four goals already produced in this game. Thrilling fixture we're witnessing. Here is Kunto. Arjiman. Flag goes up for offside against Edward Arjiman.
Well, Edward Arjiman was too quick to that and was expecting Takumi to lay a better pass for him. But he was too quick, and that was poor decision making from Samuel Arjiman.
Hearts of Oak have effected another substitution. Gordon Kujo has gone in to replace Rocky Jamina. Kujo came off the bench and had an impressive performance against Brecum Chelsea last weekend at the Golden City Park. And we've got some 19 more minutes to play for. Hearts 2, Gold Stars 2.
Well, Artefo gradually walking into the game with confidence after getting the second goal and the equalizer. They'll be pushing for a third.
Kujo's ball in, cleared by Kelvin. Opon. Adamu. Asma. Kujo. Adamu surges forward, goes past Barry Maba, finds Mensah. A shot late for that one. But Mensah does well to retrieve possession. With another cross, Hamza is lurking. Chance for Hazabok, Paku again, but this time not powerful enough to get the Phobians the lead here. Hussein. Asma. Kujo. Asma goes past Eduku. Trying to dink one to Esibontin, and Anaba comes in with a header. Eduku is pushed down by Kujo. Hatsabok concedes a free kick.
Very good and experienced play there from Eduku. Once he got hold of the ball, he made sure he prevented Kujo from having anything on it. A free kick for Gold Stars to cool down. The pressure from the Phobians was telling on them, giving so many balls away.
Edward Arjiman nearly got to end of it after skipping past Kujo. George Paku. Cross intercepted by Anaba. It's a corner for Hearts of Oak. Pushing for the third goal.
Kobe knows that is dangerous from the set pieces.
Paku swings one to the near post. Kobe missed, and Gordon Kujo equally missed, but there was a final touch from a Gold Stars player. It ends up as a corner. Well taken delivery by Josh Paku.
Very brilliant piece there from Paku, but Opon knew the danger, and the lacking Hearts of Oak players at far post putting it out. For like a pressure on Gold Stars.
George Paku to take the corner again. And Paco delivers. Referee flags up because the ball had already crossed the line before coming in. It's obvious, just going all the way before Kobe made that contact. 75 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium. Hearts of Oak 2, Bibiani GoldStars 2.
It's been an interesting second half so far. The Phobians have picked up again after GoldStars got themselves the 2 goals to get up. The equalizer seems to have changed the game again. And the Hearts of Oak back in dominance. GoldStars once again chasing shadows. And it's not getting easy for them.
I've seen Nuno take out his yellow card and he's flashed it to Berima Ba. Berima dejected.
Well, he felt that was a dive there from Osesibi, but clearly he went in to stamp on his foot. He has no excuse to get free from the yellow card.
Berima Ba, who worked tirelessly for that second goal, goes into the books of Julian Nuno. Bayfi can't keep it in. The assistant referee was right there. Bayfi disagrees, but it is what it is.
It was late trying to keep the ball in play. That already gone out. The assistant referee knew he couldn't allow him to proceed.
SB will seek some explanations from Julian Nuno why the waste of time, because Berima Ba is already on the pitch and expecting that he goes off. Berima still on the pitch, refusing to go onto the stretcher to be taken off, but eventually he goes on it.
Interesting there. Look at that delivery from Ransford Mensah. Sweet. Kobe misjudged it. And George Paco was in the right place at the right time at the edge of the goalkeeper's area. And it was an easy ball for him to just direct home for the second goal. Kobe will be ruining his stars when he goes back to watch this.
It's been coming because Kobe has not taken command of his area. He's missed some aerial balls. He's miscalculated, he's misjudged, and he's paid for this one big time as George Paco takes full advantage of his miscalculation and misjudgment. Kote loses out. Here is Paco. Was looking for a Subontin, but Kelvin Opon will shield the ball out for a goal kick.
Very good defensive work there coming from Kelvin Opon. Subontin has brought some life into this game, much more energy, causing trouble running in and around the GoldStars defense.
Bayfi's cross. Anaba's header. Kobe will get it away with a fist. Hearts of Oak leaving nothing to chance. That's the delivery from Bayfi. Pinpoint, but that defender Anaba was right there to stop any major problems. Again, Kobe is called out to action. Very busy goalkeeper in the second half.
He's been a very busy goalkeeper. You can see the sun is right into his eyes. He's not taking any chances.
Disappointing one coming from Gordon Kujo, the newly introduced right back. So he moves to the defensive part of the right wing and Bayfi goes on the offensive. Confirmation of substitution. GoldStars will bring it on Emmanuel Ankra as well as Emmanuel Cheifosu. Cheifosu takes the place of Berimaba. And then Emmanuel Ankra will take the place of Emmanuel Kunto. It's very obvious Nana Mankwa would want some stability at the back as we enter into the last 10 minutes. Cheifosu, a midfielder, and he takes off Berimaba. He wants some stability. We'll see how it goes from here on.
Well, he wants more control. Try, create, and find Atakumi in those areas. He's a man they need to be feeding a lot more.
Just caught in that offside trap in an attempt to weave his way and grab a hat-trick. Baba Adamu. Cheifosu loses possession. Here is Asma for Hearts. Paco. Esubonten not on the same page with Beatty, but even the technique in trying to execute that ball to get to Beatty went really wrong for Esubonten. He tried the outside of his foot. Beatty was not tracking on for that ball, but even if it did, Esubonten got it wrong.
Subonte right there, trying to make the very best out of it, but that was a very poor pass. You think of the first, I don't know why he was rationed to make that pass.
Edward Ajiman. Atakumi controls, the flag goes up again for offside against Samuel Atakumi, the bracer.
That was very tight there. GoldStars are looking to play through the man they can trust to hold up play and create lots of goal scoring opportunities for them.
Anaba called to action from the pressure of Hamza Isa. Corner, GoldStars have some defending to do as Hasselberg push for the third goal. George Parker to take. Parker swings the ball in. It's flicked away by GoldStars. Ransford Mensah is asking the Rainbow Last to double up in enemy territory. Throw goes in, headed by Ankra. Cheifosu tries to clear it away, but doesn't travel far and has to walk up a throw.
That wasn't the best of clearances there from Cheifosu. He knew it, he wanted to follow up.
Another clearance. Cheifosu again concedes a throw. Asma tries his luck from a distance and the ball has drifted wide for a goal kick.
Well, the idea and the intent was just to hit one direct at Kobe, but the effort was a bit feeble and off target. Try wasn't impressive as he would have expected.
Half up possession now. George Parker. He sees the run of Hamdisa, but Hussein will step up in that 18-yard box. He's out of there. Ball now falls to Asma. Now Mensah. Can he send a decent cross? He swings the ball in. Cleared away by Ajiman. Adamu. Asma. Poor pass. Again, it's Sibe. Gets the ball onto the path of Eduku. Paku is charging down on Eduku, and he does well to get the ball away from Eduku for a throw into GoldStars.
The experience play there from Samson Eduku holding on to play, not in a rush to make a pass. George Baku rushing on. And he's just playing the ball out for throwing for GoldStars, who will be very much happy. They will take all the time in the world to effect this. Edward Ajiman knows that he shouldn't be in a rush for this.
But he gets a yellow card for deliberate time wasting. This uncalled for. You called for it and you had it.
And that's a needless yellow card there from Edward Ajiman. He should have had a better approach to the ball.
That's the flick on by Eduku. Not the best, but 5 more minutes to go. It's GoldStars and Azabok drawing at the Accra Sports Stadium. Edward Ajiman, yellow carded for time wasting. Esibe wins the foul for Azabok.
At this point in time, you would want your players to have all the concentration, put in their very best.
Ofori concedes, but he's getting the better of Ransford Mensah. Cheifosu. Ofori's ball to no GoldStars player. Ajiman has moved in a more advanced role in this second half. He played with so much concentration on defensive duties in the first half, but he's almost always been seen in the Azabok area in this second half. Kujo. Good defending from Kelvin Opon. Cheifosu. Eduku. Atakumi. He wins the free kick. He invited the challenge from Asma, and Asma just went into it.
Clever play there from Atakumi. He knew exactly what he wanted. Made that turn. And once he was held on to by Asma, just put himself on the ground. Good position for GoldStars to test half to foot.
87 minutes at the Accra Sports Stadium. Sunday special in the Ghana Premier League. Hatsawok drawing 2-2 with the defending league champions, the Bibiani GoldStars. They came from a goal down to lead by 2-1, and the Phobians equalized through George Paku's header. Corner. That's a free kick for GoldStars. No. Ofori bends one in, but Paku has to down. Kote. That's wayward from the midfielder, Amon Kote.
He wasn't going to be lucky like he did at the dance back when he hit one that was difficult to pick up. By Lawrence to say, this was always rising and not even going to test the goalkeeper.
Atakumi, the good skill to look for Kote, but it's Ajiman. Amon Kote. Gordon Kujo with some commanding tackle there. It will be 5 additional minutes, 5 minutes of additional time, and they'll be all to play for. A clever play from cross comes in. So that's the confirmation of the additional time. Paku's cross. Chefosu's ball in. Kujo. Esibe. Cross goes in, and again, GoldStars desperately trying to prevent the Phobians from causing any problems. Kelvin Opon had to step up for this one.
Once again, very good delivery coming in. And it was Park collected right behind Kelvin Opon. Indeed, who was behind him? The goalkeeper, very much appreciative of that clearance from his centre back.
George Paku. Not the best of deliveries from Paku. Big, the centre back. Esibe struggling to get something positive on that one.
Paku with his outswingers from the corner kicks hasn't been impressive. But for his in-swingers, they've been very much brilliant. I don't know whether Ransford should have opted for the corner kicks on the right-hand side of the Phobians' attack.
We're 3 minutes away from the end of the game here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Asma. Esibe makes a mistake, but he doesn't get punished for it. Kujo. Asare wants to join the action, but that pass intercepted by Kelvin Opon. Here is Hussein. Good pass, but the flag is up for offside against Bayfi. A decision that has met resistance from the Phobians. They think it shouldn't have been an offside, but clearly Bayfi was lurking in that offside position.
Local Bayfi clearly not happy with that. It was very tight. The assistant referee was close to the action, and he just had to raise his flag. Not seen many rounds from Bayfi throughout this game, but for the few times he's gone forward, he's been very dangerous on the right-hand side of the Phobians' attack.
Here's Adamu. We are into the final seconds of this fixture here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Hearts of Oak and GoldStars drawing 2-2. It's Bontain, Adamu, Ransford Mensah. Can they get a final minute goal? Chance for Hearts. GoldStars clear their lines. Kujo with a drive. Some way, somehow, Bayfi stopped that drive, but it comes back to Kujo. Dinks 1-2, Bayfi. And this should be it. GoldStars have a goal kick as Kelvin Opon looks to have wrapped it up for Bibiani GoldStars. Any moment from now, Julian Nuno will whistle for the end of the game. That's the final whistle from Julian Nuno. Hartlepool failed to beat GoldStars once again here at the Accra Sports Stadium. They scored first through. Come on! Mauli Wayo. GoldStars came back and got 2 goals through. Samuel Atakumi. George Paku came off the bench to grab the equalizer. They both tried to get the match winner, but they defended so well. And Atakumi has given a man of the match performance after those 2 goals of his. Hence, GoldStars a precious point away from home. That's 6 goals for Atakumi in 7 Premier League games this season. Great game by Atakumi. He's won the man of the match. He's exhibited quality throughout the game, and it's fair to say he's been the best player for today's fixture.
Well, he's been an excellent player. They always hope that he offers them lots in attack, and every single time he's delivered, scoring twice in very poor positions to give them.
Full time at the Accra Sports Stadium. Hartlepool 2, GoldStars 2.
What a game of football we've witnessed here at the Accra Sports Stadium in match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League between Hartlepool and Bibiani GoldStars, and it ended in a stalemate 2-2 the final score here, and both teams are going away with 1 point each. You're still watching TV3 and on TV, and this is the Ghana Premier League. My name is Mutalaya Akubi. I've been joined by the head coach of Bibiani GoldStars, Nana Yamankwa. Coach, what a game we've witnessed. You said it was you were going to shock Hartlepool, and you indeed did that. First team to score 2 goals against the Phobians this season. How would you rate the performance of your boys?
Yeah, I already told you that our boys are now picking very well. And we know we are going to do well in this game. So no wonder they did well.
Okay. Now, the first half, you started a bit slowly. You conceded. But what was the message in the second half? Because you were explosive in that second 45 minutes.
Yeah. We know that second half, we changed the strategy. And then we know we can break them when we get the ball. The counter break will be very well for us. And that is why we employ. We know that they are weak in countering, and then we just take our opportunity from there.
Now, one of the players you speak highly of is Samuel Atakumi. He got 2 goals here. How important is to this GoldStar setup?
Yeah. Atakumi now is in form. He's one of the top players now in the season. I think he deserves a lot. He deserves a lot. He's now working very hard, and we are very grateful for him. And then he did very, very well. Yeah.
Now, finally, you've gotten a draw here, but what must change getting into match day 8?
Yeah. No, nothing can change. We're just going to prepare and we present a very good team and then we just go forward.
Coach, wish you all the best in your future games.
Thank you.
Coach Nanaya Amankwa, the
you.
interim and assistant coach of Bibiani GoldStars, because they do not have a substantive coach at the moment. Remember that they parted ways with Frimpong Manso. I will shortly be joined by the head coach of Heart of Folk, Masood Didi Dramani. Coach, ended 2-2 here. First of all, do you think the result is a fair reflection of what we saw?
Oh, I think no. We definitely should have won the game. You know, hands down. First 15 minutes, we created some very decent opportunity chances, but I think still we need to improve on our decision making in the final third to pick out the right options at very decisive moments.
The first half was a different story. You played well, got a goal. What really happened in the second half? Because you seem to have capitulated.
No, I think even in the second half we still dominated play. We were playing the game in their half, and then we have always known that they will be very dangerous in terms of their transitional play. All the 2 goals were from transitional play. When we lost our balance, it's when they capitalized on, and also we also had some injuries, which also was a factor for us to change something when we needed to change at that time. But it's also part of the game.
Now, these are the first 2 sets of goals you've considered this season. It had to wait till match day 7. What needs to change going into your next game?
Of course, we need to make right decisions. Sometimes the decisions we make on and off the ball need to be improved, and there's a lot to still improve. We are a team in the development phases, and then we are progressive. I think that we need to improve so many aspects. I have always mentioned that there's a lot to continuously improve.
Coach, all the best to you and the team going into your future games. Coach Masood Didi Dramani, the head coach of Heart of Folk. The most valuable player in today's game, Samuel Atakumi. He won, he was the top scorer for Bibiani GoldStars last season, and he scored 2 goals here. And there was 2 goals, but game Nankasano, saying Edemamo.
I think it's a good game, a good game.
When you win, my draw. But I first half, at the end of the so second half, then a coach catch them a changing my performance.
Game plan, a game plan, so first half, no more who well. So second half, who more than my boy, put into your court dressing room. The coach catching a bear second half.
Now, for me, 4 goals now, shame. First one, no. Born a room, no. Now, be anywhere. Then I would to me and who say, boy, you better to how Remusa.
A teamwork at tiny training grounds. So they are rounds now. No more white, no semi cutting. I'm finishing team. Yeah, we are say training grounds. Yeah,
and the second goal as well. Obia a cock a year post. Unkwan our Peleco, I don't know if I'm a film, but the sender who say, boy, you better be
a brilliant strike, mammy. Say cut back, meaning definitely no back at time back. Coming and practice it's definitely do and I'm say back at back now say Michelle Chiriman and I'm cutting.
I want someone you're drawing there, but at the end SSS about team going into match day 8.
And I hope they open for money in your own bear,
now this year, so oh yeah, sure say Ube Jigo Kid and also finish as top scorer for GoldStars.
Too early to know more games were in.
Samuel Atakumi there, the most valuable player in today's game. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, Alfred Nelson and Kelvin Owusu will join me for the full-time analysis. So it's over. 2-2 ended between Heart of Oak and Bibiani GoldStars in match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. Both teams going away with 1 point each. My name is Mutale Yakubu. I'm here with Alfred and Kelvin. I mean, Alfred, the second half was a different story altogether. GoldStars really came out prepared as compared to the first. And do you think the result is a fair reflection of what we saw?
Yes, it was a game of both halves. Hearts of Oak dominated the first 45 minutes. GoldStars came in strongly in the second half because they were down. I told you Hearts of Oak will have to blame themselves if anything goes on wrong because they had all the chances in the first half. They couldn't make amends. They went with a 1-0. They came back. GoldStars equalized. They went ahead before Hearts came back. Hearts showed character. That's why they got the second goal. But I think the second half, it was a better performance for GoldStars.
Now, Kevin, it was GoldStars who were chasing the game. But in the end, Heart of Oak had to chase the game and get a draw. I mean, GoldStars were a completely different side in that second 45.
They only had to right the wrongs, put in much more energy. They covered all the spaces that they let loose. They were fighting for almost every loose ball. And once they capitalized on those loose ends, Barry Maba decided to come into the game, take the game to Ransford Mensah, use that space that was left by him. And the two balls he plunged through across the face of goal was tapped home by Samuel Atakumi, who is always waiting inside the penalty area for some of those excellent deliveries. And I think that was what made the difference for them. But once they got up in the game, they just went back to sleep, and the Phobians took advantage of it. You cannot fault, them too much because the goalkeeper from that delivery should have been able to parry that ball away. But Paku said, thank you for the gift, and then he just got it home. So GoldStars let their guards down. I think the Phobians, the second half, were just piss poor in the opening minutes.
Alfred, in the end, Coach Masoud Didi Dramani was left frustrated with the manner in which they conceded those 2 goals. These are the first 2 sets of goals that Hearts of Oak have conceded in this year's league. He says that the defense needs to do better in this circumstance.
Yes, I think Berima exploited the left side of the Hearts defense. I think it was from Ransford, and I think the defense, they were flat in that moment. They were supposed to expect either a cutback or a square ball. So I think the defense needs to do more.
Now let's talk about the intelligence of Atakumi for him to anticipate that the ball would come that far, especially with the second goal. He was the only person that drifted back to slot this one home. That is pure intelligence.
Yeah, he's their trusted scorer, and his movement is something ideal to watch. Anytime you see GoldStars play, they play looking for his run, looking for his positioning, looking for his movement. And once Barry Maba realized that he was the man who was inside the penalty area, the ball had to go to him. And every single time that GoldStars had to make an attack, they were just looking for him. Unfortunately, that they couldn't continue in similar fashion to keep themselves up and then run away with the 3 points.
Well, the game ended 2-2, and I just got a message from the CEO of Bibiani GoldStars, Akwesi Edu. He says that Bibiani is Accra, and Accra is Bibiani. Well, Masoud Didi Dramani would not agree to that. But the game has ended, and that wraps up match day 7 of the Ghana Premier League. It has been an interesting one. We started on Friday where we brought you that game between Heart of Lions and Baseke Holy Stars with Lions winning. Then yesterday we had the Nanajima Bedu Park for Dreams who traveled to face Aduana and Aduana winning, and Heart of Oak also drawing 2-2 today with Bibiani GoldStars. My name is Mutale Yakubu. Thanks to Alfred Nelson and Kelvin Owusu Ansa, and to everyone that made this production happen, especially the APL team. The guys are doing some fantastic work on the Ghana Premier League. It's live on TV3 and on Nia TV. So we'll meet in match day 8. It's au revoir. Bye-bye.
Tell me what you're cooking.